I'm Josie and I've written 4 books which together form the Solis Invicti series, and this is them. The series is a paranormal romance series set in a post-apocalyptic London where a group of zombie type creatures called the Weepers have sort of taken over, and the only people who can protect the remaining humans from these Weepers are a vampiric race called the Silver. And the Silver offer the remaining humans a deal that they can enter into a bargain with the Silver and give them their labour and their blood in return for protection from the Weepers. The first book is a bargain in silver, and today I'd like to do a reading from A Bargain in Silver for you. So A Bargain in Silver follows Emmy, who is a girl in her mid-20s who is caught up in the middle of this zombie takeover, and she finds herself working for the Silver in a bar, which is the bar that she used to work in before the outbreak happened. So the reading that I'd like to do today comes from about the middle of the book, when Emmy is seeing the bar for the first time after the outbreak, and is investigating the changes that have been made to the bar by the Silver, who are now in charge of it and running it for the benefit of the Silver rather than the humans now. I bent down in front of one of the glass-fronted fridges to familiarise myself with our new product range. One fridge was filled entirely with unmarked bottles containing a dark liquid. I opened the fridge and picked one out, tipping it towards the light so I could see the colour. Yup, it was a glutinous, blood-red liquid. It was a fair bet that it was probably blood. I sighed and replaced the bottle. Turning round to face out onto the dance floor, I noticed that a few of the beer taps now had new labels marked with a capital B. It looked like I was going to be a valued employee of our new metropolis's main blood distribution network. Lucky me. I crossed my arms and leaned my elbows on the bar. After about 5 minutes of wondering how long I'd have to wait for something to happen, the lights went down. I guess things were about to kick off. There was a loud whirring sound that seemed to be coming from all around me. I looked around in panic. As I watched in open-mouthed fascination, the entirety of the wall facing me began to lift slowly upwards. I discerned an area beyond the wall set with tables and chairs. In the space of a day, the Silver had not only demolished the wall and replaced it with a sliding substitute, but they'd also extended the first floor of the building to make a terrace. There was no guardrail around the edge. This terrace simply dropped away, revealing an uninterrupted view of the city beyond. The scope of the work was insane. The bottom edge of what had been the wall rose higher and higher, finally disappearing above the line of the ceiling to reveal the vista of the city in front of us. I stared at it in wonder. It was nothing like the city I knew, the buildings visible only in outline by the scant moonlight. No street lights, no lights in the tower blocks silhouetted in the city, no flashing aircraft. The only light I could see outside the small circle of the safe zone was rising in orange flashes through the smoke of innumerable fires blazing across the panorama. It was utterly terrible and yet heartbreakingly beautiful, the guttering flame glorying in the ruin of the machine. The sight of the night-ink skyline crushed reality down on me. Everything we'd built, everything we'd been, crumbling into obscurity. We'd thought that we were the dominant race on the planet. Now the race was done and the humans had lost. Our world had been consumed in the flame and we weren't going to rise from its ashes. This was their world now, the world of the Silver, of the Weepers, of the vampires. But there was such majesty in its decrepitude, the points of light glowing through the destruction they illuminated. So that's my reading. If you would like to read more of the book, then it's available on Kindle Unlimited for free, if you're a member, and otherwise it's available on Amazon for download.